that first year is always the toughest to get partners, and so it's really, really kind and great that you guys saw the potential in these and supported it, and so we massively appreciate that. It's great to see so many entries from so many prestigious companies as well. Year is always the toughest to get. Oh, I'm being you've got me there. I can hear myself then, but I think that's all fine now. Great to see so many entries from so many prestigious companies as well. That's really gives the award such credibility. So that was great to see entries from the likes of Sanofi, Lupin, Sipta, as well as some major agency entries as well from the likes of Edelman, Genesis, BCW, and SPAG. So again, we really appreciate all of that support, especially in our first year. And just to what Parul was talking about there as to why healthcare. I mean, there's so much is happening in the world so quickly at the moment, isn't it? But we've clearly everyone's been through COVID, and healthcare became so much more prominent and important in our lives than perhaps it's ever been before. And I think that showed the importance of that vertical in the modern world. And clearly healthcare communications is such a force for good in the world, isn't it? And we've all seen that over the last few years. And it's become a really, really interesting part of the communications breadth and the world of public relations that we all work within and live in. And it's one of those that it kind of needs its own emphasis. I think it doesn't necessarily fit into a wider awards program, which is why we decided to launch a niche healthcare communications awards, really just to showcase the excellence and the great work that's happening within this specific vertical. I think that's probably enough from me. Hand over to Nicole Day of AdFactors for some opening remarks. Nicole, over to you.
Hey, thank you, Ben. Great to see you as always, and a lot of friendly faces in this group, many ex-colleagues and some real healthcare experts on the panel. So probably my opening comment would be around the goldfish memories that we as a human race seem to have and display. We really are displaying short-term memory in the way in which I think behavior is on display around the world, from a world that came together in an extremely tough period of time, collaborated in ways that were unimaginable. We had countries collaborating, we had competitors collaborating, we had a common enemy, right? They say nothing like a good enemy to bring people together. And thankfully, we're getting through that phase. But the worry I have is that, will we shrink back into our silos? Will we go back to the way we were, or are we operating in a whole new world order? And that's what all of us in every context are trying to figure out. But all the more important in the world of healthcare communications. The reason I want to open on this note is that when you look at what I call the CVP principle, right? The context, the value, and the purpose. The context of communication defines the value of it, and that helps us arrive at what is the purpose of the message we are putting out there. In a normal crisis environment, it's cyclical, right? So we go through a cycle, we know exactly where we are. But in this COVID world, it's a fairly non-linear approach to how every part of the globe is dealing with it. And within India, every state is dealing with it, or every city is dealing with it. And therefore, what is the context in which, say, Aditya in Mumbai is communicating, or Himali in Gurgaon is communicating? Even in a country's context, there is a difference. And when you look at it from a global point of view, we must really figure out, is the audience we are communicating with in an active audience or a passive audience? Are they actively looking for information related to healthcare and whatever it is we are communicating? Or is it a passive audience, in which case they're not really keen to receive the message that we are sending out? So the context defines how receptive our audience is, and the context is different depending on where we sit in the globe and what we are talking about. That defines, therefore, the value of what we have to say, how frequently we need to communicate, who is the best messenger, and what's the purpose. Are we trying to inform, or are we trying to galvanize action, change behavior? So I think just that preamble underlines the complexity and the responsibility on the shoulders of healthcare communicators in India and the world. So I'll stop there, but I would say that would be the stage that we are communicating on. Parul, you're on mute.
I can't believe somebody had to happen to somebody once at least in the call. I'm sorry about that. And thank you, Nikhil. I think it really sets the context properly into what we want to discuss. And thank you for your comments. Before I go to Himali, I just want to thank the jury. You all have been really wonderful, and the kind of support and back and forth that you put up with from us. I think it's been absolutely wonderful. So a formal thank you for all your support this year. With that, I'd like to introduce Himali, who is, of course, heads GCI Health India. And GCI Health, of course, has been a great support to us in this very first year. So over to you, Himali, for your comments on where do you see health communication.
Well, thank you, Parul. And I take on from Nikhil, who's given us such different kind of perspective to think and discuss and ponder and work as a community. But a very good evening to all present today. And first, I would really like to thank Parul, you and your team for organizing this first ever Health Communication Awards. As someone who specializes in healthcare communications, it's been incredible to witness the transformation of people's individual health journey, as well as the general public's relationship with the healthcare industry. It's reinforced just how personal people's relationships with health is and how much the right communications matter in overcoming misinformation and mistrust. The best health campaigns of the last 2 years were the ones that reflected this new vision of health and were bold in a way they engaged. The sheer magnitude of the pandemic has widened the scope of work for communications and advocacy to become a human imperative. Unambiguous, evidence-based, targeted messaging combined with persuasive mobilization of people and resources has proved to be the need of the hour. To bring this alive, healthcare communicators have had to unlearn and relearn some fundamentals and consider not just their own objectives, but the greater common good. Digital and technology adoption has had an impact on healthcare communications as well. And there is a lot we are doing with data and analytics. Emerging technologies like AI, AR, VR, metaverse, etc., are also growing their footprints in healthcare communications. So on the one hand, the fundamentals have been reinforced, and on the other, digital acceleration has helped us with delivering the message far and wide, but in a more targeted way. This is also evident in the entries we saw. What was unique in the entries that have won today was that they had a clear objective. They focused on evidence and facts to bring forth insights and creativity while ensuring that the right message is being delivered to the right audience. In many cases, they demonstrated a generous use of digital platforms. And last but not the least, they had a very clear measure of success that made the evaluation easy. But whether you win or not, what I'm most excited about is the fact that this award show, PR Moment, has helped healthcare communicators come together on one platform and recognize and create a community. I hope to see this community grow and evolve at the same pace it has in the past 2 years. So let's begin and celebrate the wins and the winning teams.
Thank you, Himali, for those lovely remarks and for also pointing out the impact on data protection that has to really come in, and the need for actually what are the data rights the world over, because each country has different data rights for patients. And thank you for your kind support. And I'm glad that, very glad that you found the entries very interesting. So with that, we come to the important moment for today's. I'm just going to run a video of about 5-6 minutes, which will recap all the winners, after which we will go, as I said, category wise, and hopefully all the winners are in the audience. I'm going to request each of them to say a few words. So hopefully not too long, just a few words, so that we can finish Friday on a very high note. So here goes.
In association with title sponsor Adfactors PR and gold sponsor GCI Health, here are the winners. Coming to the category for Best Sustainability, gold has been won by GCI Health for Rotary Response Campaign. Now we come to the category for Best Community Healthcare. The winners for gold are Concept PR for their campaign Doses of Pride, Doses of Gratitude for Manipal Hospitals. Next, we have the category of Best COVID-19 Communication. The gold winners are Godrej with their campaign Godrej Protect and Indian Railways Travel Hygiene. For this category, we have two joint bronze winners. The first winner is Mobile Premier League with their Gamers for India COVID Relief Campaign. The second is PAG for their campaign Communicating Hope for India, Roche's Ronaprieve. Allison Partners win a silver in the Best Communication Campaign Wellness category for their campaign Wake Up to Good Sleep, Rest Med. In the short form video for Health Communications category, Hill & Knowlton Strategies Private Limited pick up a silver for their campaign US8 Nishtha. For the category of Best Healthcare Digital Campaign, the Yellow Elephant wins the bronze for their campaign Mankind Pharma, It's One Life, Choose Right. For the best use of social media for health communication, the silver has been won by Teamwork Communication Solutions Private Limited for their campaign IHW Council and Gratitude Week. We now come to the category for Best External Communications Healthcare. Genesis BCW wins a gold for their campaign Uber India and Max the Wax. The bronze has been won by SPAG or SPAG for the campaign Roche Communicating Hope through India. For the category of Best Public Health Communication, there are two joint winners for gold. The first is Edelman India with their campaign Roche Diabetes Care, the Diabetes. The second gold has been won by Godrej Industries for Protect India movement with Indian Railways by Godrej Protect. And the judges loved the Varian We Can Cancer Can't campaign by SPAG and have given it a special mention win for this category. For the category Best Communication Campaign Pharma, GCI Health India wins gold for Cipla's Berok Zindagi, Unstoppable Life campaign. This category has two joint silver winners, Lupin for cardiovascular campaign Shakti and Teamwork Communication for Breast Cancer Action Month, Let's Talk Breast. Coming to the Best Internal Communication Campaign for Healthcare, Fortis Healthcare Limited picks up gold for Fortis Healing Touch. Once again, there are two joint silver winners, Sanofi India Limited for their campaign Health and Harmony, and Hill & Knowlton Strategies India for their campaign Nishtha for US8. For Best Social Impact and CSR, Godrej picks up its third gold for the evening for its campaign Protect India movement. Also winning gold is Impact Guru Foundation for the COVID Warrior Upskilling Program, Thank a Nurse. We now come to the team awards. Coming up first, winning the Healthcare Communication Agency of the Year medium is Teamwork Communication Private Limited. The in-house team of the year for Pharma is Sanofi India Limited. Last but not the least award for the day is the winner of the in-house team of the year, Health Insurance. It's Policy Bazaar Insurance Brokers Private Limited. With that, we wind up the announcement of the winners for the first edition of the PR Moment Health Comms Awards 2022. Thank you to all those who entered to make this award very special and our sponsors at Factors PR and GCI Health. Have a great evening.
So with that, we have the first list of winners. There are 25 winners. So congratulations to all of you and to those who were shortlisted. Frankly, it was a very hard task to choose, the winners, and the jury will be will bear testimony to that. So I'm just going to drop the video link here. So the video is here for the entire film, and of course, we'll be individually tweeting you your particular win links as well. So with that, I'd like to now, invite the jury to, invite the winners to make their comments, and we'd like to acknowledge their presence here and make their comments. So first, I'd like to call in. I'm just, doing this in, like I said, in the order of the winners as they were announced. They are just their category-wise announcement. It has nothing to do with any importance being preferred for any particular winner. Just if you just give me a second, I will just proceed to the announcement page. Sorry about that. Just give me a second. So first, I'd like to invite Himali to come in and share her views, and as for the Rotary wins. Welcome, Himali.
Well, thanks, Parul. I will just talk on behalf of the team who has been working on Rotary, but it's been amazing the way that, the client has collaborated with the team. Most times, it's very challenging for us as communicators that, when we want to do things differently, we don't get support of our partners, which are clients in this case. But Rotary has been a partner for us who has always collaborated, trusted in us, and worked on things which are challenging, on approaches and strategies that challenge both them and us as their agency. So it's been a great working relationship for them, and this entry truly deserves to be standing out. And thanks to the jury who judged it, and congratulations, team.
Thank you, Himali. Next, I'd like to invite Concept PR, who have won for their campaign on Manipal Hospitals, Doses of Pride, Doses of Gratitude, and Concept PR. If you could, I think I can see Archana on the call. Would you like to say a few words? Oh, she's just, I can see she dropped out and she's going to drop back in. Yeah. So Archana, I think you've just joined back in. Would you like to make a few comments on your win? Okay. I'm just going to proceed to the next winner. We'll come back to Archana. Deepak and Sujit. Okay, I'll just. I think Deepak is also yet to join. So, Allison Partners, if I may request Team Allison Partners.
Hi, Parul. This is Chandni representing Allison and Partner team along with ResMed. We are excited to have won the best wellness campaign for ResMed's Wake Up to Good Sleep campaign. It's really an exciting campaign that helped us increase awareness on an important sleep health issue. And we truly, along with ResMed, believe that sleep is a important pillar for overall well-being. And we thank the jury for recognizing our efforts and involved and all those involved in making this campaign success. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandni. Would you mind if you're able to switch on your video for a second? We'll just take a screenshot. Are you in a place where you can switch on your video? Okay, I guess not. So, Archana, Team Concept PR. Okay, great. I'm just going to take a screenshot. So, so congratulations to Team Allison PR for their silver in the wellness category. Congratulations. So I'd like to call in Team Concept PR for their campaign for Manipal Hospital. Team Concept PR. Archana, I think you were back. Are you there? Does she can't hear me or? Okay, I'll just move forward. We can come back to the winners later. I'd also like to welcome Hill and Norton Strategies for their win for the best short form video. Abhishek, I can see you're there on the list. Abhishek, Megha.
Jaya is there. She can speak on their behalf.
Yes. Jaya, how about you? Okay, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, hello everybody. It's an absolute honor to be receiving the award on behalf of the team. And I can say with certainty, like the team thoroughly enjoyed working on the campaign, and we did get a lot of opportunity to work across platforms, both traditional and new age. So it was fun, and we did get some incredible amount of support from the client's end. So yes, so we are grateful, and thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Jaya, for talking about your work for the USAID campaign.
Yes.
So thank you so much. Next, I'd like to, so Archana from Concept PR said that she's traveling, so she's having a little network issue. So we'll try to come back to her. So Archana, whenever you can try again, do try. Now we'd like to come to Rotary. To the Yellow Elephant, which I think Ritika is there in the audience. Ritika, would you like to comment on the win by the Yellow Elephant? Okay, we're going a bit slowly because either people can't hear me or. Okay, okay. So Ritika, I guess, is dropped out for some reason. So we'll just proceed to the next acknowledgement for the next winner. Now we have Teamwork Communication, Vebika. Request you to make your comments. You won, of course, for best use of social media for health communication campaign. You picked up a silver for that.
Yes, thank you so much, firstly, Parul ma'am, for this amazing awards and all the jury. So we are we thank ISW and Teamwork. Thank you, for this opportunity and for the campaign that we have won. So, and my colleague will also say something, Nanda.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I think so we are the winners, but the other nominees are also a winner in this. So nobody is short of anything.
Yeah.
So we all are winners today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody, for this recognition.
That is extremely gracious of all of you. I'd like to again call Genesis BCW. Nupur, maybe I could request you to comment. Won the gold for Uber India and Max the Wax. So welcome, Nupur.
Hi, I'm just wondering if my colleague Neeti has joined. She's actually been on this account.
Okay.
But basically, it's just been I mean, this campaign has been quite a one of those campaigns where the company has really had a very strong purpose-led kind of what Nikhil was saying earlier about when the purpose and everything comes together, you really get the right impact of a campaign. This is what this campaign has been. It's used, Uber's core thing of mobility, and as well as joined that with the kind of support that it gave to its drivers, to the people who wanted to go and get vaccinated. And it has really, it's not just about talking about what they wanted to do, but actually gone and done it. So I think it's a really good campaign that deserved recognition, and I'm so glad that it got it.
Thank you so much, Nupur. We hope to hear from Neeti later, and even if she joins later, we'd like to hear from her. So next we have SPAG. I don't know why Ritika is not being able to join. So I think Ritika, if you're there, I'll request you to make a few comments. Okay, I can't see her, so we'll move on. And next we have Edelman India. If anybody's here from the Edelman India team, Bhavna or Harsimran, if you're here.
Hi, Aditya here. Hi, Parul. And from the Edelman India team. I assume you're referring to the Roche Diabetes campaign.
Yes, absolutely. The Roche Diabetes Care. You won a gold for that and the best public health communication campaign. So please tell us about.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible recognition of the campaign. Just looking back at it, one of the most obvious things in healthcare communications is the need to raise awareness, but to do it in an impactful way, to do it in a creative way, to do it at a time when people are most receptive to the message. So this campaign took the idea of diabetes education to the school setting. It educated children, teachers, parents, and it really drove the needle. It made a difference. So very, very grateful and humbled by this recognition, and very thankful to the Roche team as well for having the vision to give us the brief to craft this campaign and execute it end to end. So thank you.
Thank you. I'd specifically like to share that some of the comments that jury members made about this campaign in particular was how the medium and the messaging changed very well with the target group. So of course, all this will be there in the final story, but that was a specific comment that the jury had. And thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Next, we'd like to, SPAG again is there, and we have Godrej again. For some reason, I cannot raise Deepak as well. But congratulations, Godrej has literally swept the awards, and among the comments which were made about it was that the campaign was an inspired solution to make travel safer, since they tied up with Indian Railways for that. And I'd also like to make a special mention of the Variant We Can, Cancer Can't campaign by SPAG, which was called a comprehensive campaign with the right stakeholders to create a roadmap for a very widespread concern. Though it did not win gold, the jury was impressed enough to give it a special mention. So congratulations, SPAG. Next, I'd like to come back to GCI Health. Himali, if you could, on the behalf of your team, acknowledge the win for Cipla's Berok Zindagi.
Of course, yes, and thank you for honoring and recognizing the great work that has been put together behind it. But it is a campaign which addresses respiratory and how, asthma is actually very widespread, and awareness is, a challenge, and also it has a tag or a taboo attached to, using inhalers. So this campaign literally addresses that. It's been running for a while, but, every year, and it's still going so strong because there's innovation in thinking, there's creativity that gets applied year on year. So thank you.
That is indeed fabulous. Congratulations on the win. And inhalers, yes, I agree. As someone who uses an inhaler myself, I can totally understand the kind of habit issues that are there. So I really appreciate this campaign. Next, I'd like to call in Shweta Munjal. Lupin has won for their campaign Shakti on cardiovascular health. They won a silver for that. For best communication campaign Pharma. Welcome, Shweta.
Hi, Parul. I hope you can see me all right.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for the recognition. I have two reasons to celebrate. First, I think I was a jury for healthcare. Thank you for the opportunity. I actually came across some of the most amazing entries, and I think it's such a learning experience. So thank you for putting that platform together. And of course, selfishly, a winner of Shakti Campaign. Very interestingly, we may not know, but actually women suffer heart diseases more than men, right? And it was very important to ensure that we create the right communication channel, etc., for the campaign. And I think it's a pleasure that it got recognized, and we continue to do a lot of work on this across traditional, new age media, etc. We'll continue the winning streak on this one. Thank you so much once again for the opportunity.
Thank you. I'd like to point out a specific jury comment about this campaign, which said that the activation of Mary Com was extremely well integrated in the campaign. So that is one insight that the jury mentioned while flagging it for a win.
Actually, Parul, it was very nice intervention because I actually coordinated a few Facebook Lives with her. What a powerhouse of a personality she is. So I think really enjoyed it personally. So thank you so much.
Hats off to you as a winner. Next, we have the best. We have teamwork communication again for their campaign. Let's Talk Breast, a very important issue. Again, I'd like to welcome Vebika back on the stage, so to speak, in the comments.
Yes. So again, I thank you so much, ma'am, for recognition of this award. So this campaign, it's basically, it's important, because breast cancer, women are actually, have a fear, to get it checked. So this should, should be communicated to everybody. And why not, let's talk about breast, because we don't talk about this topic, very much openly. So you should, talk, and thank you so much for recognizing this campaign.
Thank you, Vibhika, and thank you all for raising a very important issue. So I think Archana is joining in from Concept. So Archana, if you can hear me, let me know if you can come in for your comments. Otherwise, we're just continuing for the time being. Best Internal Communication Campaign. We have the gold has been won by Fortis for its campaign, Fortis Healing Touch. I think Ajay is there in the audience. Ajay and team, may I request you to acknowledge your victory?
Hi, good evening, everyone. And one second. Hi. So I think most of us are aware about the challenging times what we had during the last 2 years when the COVID struck and the kind of pandemic we are going through. The healthcare providers, like the healthcare fraternity, what we are together today, it has been a very challenging time for us. And as the communicators also, it's been very extremely challenging for us to how do we put across the message, external as well as internal. Internal was the key focus. Internal also very key focus for us because we had to ensure that whatever good work which was happening in the organization had to be shared. And people had to be aware what is happening across India, how people have been taking care, because the kind of disease what we were fighting was very dynamic in nature. And it kept on, new guidelines kept on coming in from the government. The new treatment protocols kept on coming. So how do we ensure that people are aware? Our doctors, our treating patients, our treating the patient, our caregivers, they all had to be aware about it, and also about the good things which are happening across the organization to pep up their morale during these low times when everybody is getting affected by it also. So that was also a very important thing for us to do as the COPCOM team. So we initiated this newsletter, and it was really appreciated, and it spread across our organization. People really appreciated it. That was the reason. I have Dave with me. Dave was part of the team. So he is the one who was also driving it. So Dave, can you say a few words, please?
Yeah, so hi. Thank you so much for your moments. This recognition is really wonderful. But to add to what Ajay was saying, I think this is primarily a win for all our doctors and nurses and the frontline staff, who were actually the heroes. They created the stories and created the opportunity for us to tell those amazing stories. So thank you once again for this wonderful award.
Thank you, Devashish and Ajay, because like you rightly mentioned, you were the frontline staff, and it's, for me, your win actually means two things: the work done by the frontline staff and the importance that internal communications acquired during the pandemic. Archana, if you're there, I'd definitely like to come to you before we lose you again. So Archana, if you're able to log on, I can see you're there. Would you like to say a few words about the concept PR win? Okay, I guess still having an issue. I'd like to come, before I continue with the list, I'd like to come to Ritika. Ritika, I'll just tell you what SPAG has won so far in case you missed it. So, you have won a special mention for the Varian We Can Cancer Can SPAG, and this entry, I can tell you, was liked a whole lot by the audience. I'd also like to, tell you that the Yellow Elephant won bronze for Mankind Pharma. It's One Life, choose right. Also won a bronze for Communicating Hope for India. This is the Roche's Corona Brief campaign. So these are your wins so far. So
lovely. Thank you so much, Parul. I think it's always, gratifying to win awards, for the work that you have done. And also, as a healthcare specialist, firm, we really believe that, if we are able to make a difference and, make the world a better place through our different campaigns, I think it's good. All the three campaigns that you just mentioned, are definitely campaigns that, are worth, they have made a change. They did talk about, issues and problems that need attention. So I'm very, very glad. Thank you so much for the recognition to the entire jury and to you, Parul. I think I've mentioned that to you before also. The entire award process has been, great, and this initiative is great. I really hope that this evening is a success as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ritika. I'd now like to welcome Team Sanofi. I think Arpana is there along with Priya and Winifred. So for your win in silver for the Health and Harmony campaign, this is in the best internal communication campaign, healthcare. Welcome, Team Sanofi.
Thank you so much, Parul. We're really happy to win this award. I just would like you to all take a moment to think back to the time when the pandemic first struck, because this campaign is really about how we brought together Sanofi. Prior to that, when we used to do communications, it was about head office and then sales office separately. At that point in time, we knew how important it was to connect everyone across the company from our sales force as well as head office and manufacturing plants all together. Number one. Number two, the sales force. We realized that not just them, but all employees need to feel that it is Sanofi first, or rather employees first. And indeed, we did that because as an organization, we were in fact the first to pull out all our sales force from the market. And we took our own time to decide when they should go back and make a re-entry and do their field work again. So, and in fact, they were getting a little panicky because other pharma companies were getting out there and starting to meet doctors, and we were telling them, no, hang in there. So because we said safety first, and it's really important for us that you all take care of yourselves. And it's not just about the message to them, but through them, what we are talking about to doctors, and letting them know and understand what is the value system that we have over here. So with regard to the campaign, we had 4 S's that we focused on. One is safety, of course, of all our employees. Supply. Being a healthcare company, there was no way on earth that we could allow supply to drop. So while the rest of us were indoors and at home, we had to make sure that the manufacturing sites were continuing to operate and be out there. Then there were skills. Salesforce, sitting at home, you can all remember how it was for all of us. It was extremely difficult for them to tackle it. You can imagine the impact it would have on the home, their mind, their everything. So we leveraged this opportunity, and within a few days decided to focus on the 3rd S, which was skills. So we unleashed training programs and got them to be occupied from morning to evening in this manner. And we realized that upgrading their skills, this would be the perfect opportunity to make the most of the time with them out of the field. And the 4th is, of course, service to doctors. So while we were doing all this, we moved into the new format of digital and reaching out to doctors in a way. It really worked well in so many ways, because the sales force is usually quite wary about going digital and not going there in person. So this was a perforce way of them experiencing and understanding how it is to operate from home partially, go out there and work online and offline and all of that put together. So our campaign is called Health and Harmony. Our focus was on the mental health of our employees, bringing them all together. Our communication was consistent across all platforms. We talked about the 4 S's, which are safety, supply, skills, and services, through town halls, through interactions. Town halls were regular. From being once in a quarter, these were happening almost on a weekly basis, pulling them all in. I was doing the town halls from my home. We didn't have a nice background, Zoom background at that point in time in use. So they were privy to my home, my little daughter. And so it became very personal and connected. So when it comes to communications, uncertainty clearly was there, lack of information, as well as misinformation. All of these had to be addressed, and we did it by a 3-pronged strategy of informing, connecting, and engaging. So in a nutshell, this captures what the entire campaign was about. Of course, it also ties in with business sustainability.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much and I'm going to come back to you because you have one other things in the evening. So I will circle back in the next 5-6 minutes. So next I'd like to bring in Jaya again from Hill and Knowlton for the second win for the campaign Nishta USA. We won a silver for internal communications. So welcome, Jaya, once again.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you once again, and we hope to keep winning. So,
Great.
yeah, thank you.
I know your colleague Dipti was trying to join, Deepika, and for some reason she could not able to join, but congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We'll come back to Godrej later. If there's anybody from Impact Guru Foundation, you picked up a gold for your upskilling program, Thank a Nurse. I'd like to invite Team Impact Group Foundation to make their comments. Okay, I think they're not here, but I'd just like to point out that this campaign was liked a lot. And what was really like that the nurse is often not prioritized in the health system, but they are such an important part of what keeps health running. And the fact that they were the focus of this campaign really impressed the jury. I'd like to now come to the team awards. Coming up first is the agency award for Medium, Healthcare Communication Agency of the Year Medium. Teamworks, once again, congratulations on your team win. Really great evening for all of you. So welcome on the stage once again.
Thank you so much again, ma'am. So being a leader, in the healthcare from past 12 years, I can say, we actually feel privileged and I'm proud to have this award. And we'll be definitely go more and be the leader in communication in the healthcare, definitely. Thank you so much once again.
Congratulations. And we now come to the winner of the in-house team of the year, Pharma, which is again Sanofi. So welcome Team Sanofi for your win for being team of the year for Pharma.
Thank you again. I'm going to really try and keep it as brief as possible. So winning team of the year in a way mirrors the trajectory of leadership or my ability to be a leader, wherein earlier I would look at trying to find people who are similar to me because I felt it would be easier to work with people who are similar to me. Over a period of time, I realized the virtue of working with complementary skill sets. My team, two of them are here, Winifred and Priya, excellent professionals. That's one thing they definitely have in common along with the other team members. Kavita, there are two Kavitas in fact. So communications and CSR comprehensively forms the team that we belong to. And I bring CSR as part of this specifically because that's how we work in a really integrated manner. And it's not just about communications by itself, but how we try and bring it all together for the organization. So while we have similarities, like I said, being very good professionals, good English skills, I'm not even going to talk about that because that's a basic, but personalities, way of thinking, the experience that they bring on board, these are what are distinct and which complement each other and which we bring together to really deliver in the best possible way that we can. So, and of course, there is the common thing, another common thing that we all have is that we all truly believe in our organization, what we're doing over here. We have ownership of what we do and pride. So it all kind of comes together in a very complementary manner.
Thank
Priya,
you.
Winifred, if you...
Because of the team, would like to just say hello. Winifred, Priya.
So I'll go first, Winifred. So first of all, it's an all-women's team. So clearly, if you have to get work done, give it to the women folk, we'll get it delivered. Like Aparna said, we're very complementary in our strengths in the way we do work. We watch out for each other very, very strongly. I mean, if one person can't do, there's someone else who's ready to pick up the weight and run with the weight in ahead. So it's been 3 years for me, 2.5 in the pandemic and just about 6 months at office. So it's literally been, though we've been away, distant, we're still very close together as a team. So yes, that's all I have to say. Over to you, Winifred.
Well, so Priya and Aparna have covered most, but thank you so much. It's been an extraordinary year. We know it's had its ups and downs, and we also know so much more importantly now than ever, the role robust, sensitive, timely, and engaging communication can play, whether it's to external stakeholders or employees within the company. So a great time to be a comms professional, and thank you so much to the jury for this recognition. Thank you.
Congratulations, Team Sanofi. Now the final team win is for Team of the Year, Health Insurance, and I'd like to welcome Team Policy Bazaar, Umang and Upeksha. If you're there, please to come in and share your point of view.
Hi, thanks, Parul. Thank you so much for the award. I hope I'm audible. This is a very special award, and mostly because during the time of COVID, it was very important, to be out there, and insurance being a subject, it is very important to convey the message to all our customers that what can be covered and what can't be covered. So, and the regulator was very active in, announcing new things and mostly everything that customers could, not worry and be covered with. So we just made sure that our health comms was perfect to the T during that time. And there it is. And that's why we have the award in hand. And like Sanofi's team mentioned, I would also like to mention my team is not able to join. But we are also an all-girls team, and absolutely bang on, as this person said, that when you allot some work to the girls, we get it done properly. So thank you so much once again for the award.
Well, thumbs up to the all women team. I hope the men are not feeling in a minority on the call, but perhaps that's not a bad thing. So with that, we conclude our comments and most of the evening. I hope I haven't left out anybody. Megha, I can see you just entered, and Helen Olden has picked up 2 silvers. Would you like to make a comment? Okay, if there's anybody else who would like to make a comment, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, sure. Ritika, would you like to make a comment? Please go ahead.
Yeah, so, I know we kind of joined late, but, Parul, again, thank you for all the recognition. And I do have my team here with me now. So I would just like my, team to come here and say some comments. We've won awards, a special mention for Varian. So I have Ridhi from the team, who's worked on the campaign. We also have Sarthak and Jyotsna, anyone who I have missed. Team, would you like to come? We also have won awards for Roche and Mankind. Jyotsna, Sarthak, anyone who's here and would like to come? I have seen my working team here coming on the awards. Daniel is also here from our Mumbai office. Daniel, would you like to come and say a few things about the wins that we have made?
Hi, Ritika. I just want to congratulate everybody. And I know it's the teamwork that kind of gets us to where we have, and great effort from the team and hard work. And we're going to definitely keep it going.
Great.
Great. So I think with that, I'll have to wind up the evening. It's a Friday evening after all.
Yeah.
So congratulations and thanks to all of you who entered and took a chance on the first edition of the awards. So I think my first thank you would definitely go to all those who trusted PR Moment enough to enter the campaigns and awards. Secondly, for the jury who helped me run a very seamless and strict jury process in which actually competing agencies or competing organizations were not allowed to get those campaigns. It allowed us to really make sure that it was neutral. The presence of 3 juries members for each entry also allowed us to establish a certain scoring trend, which was fair, and it meant extra work for the jury, but they were very supportive of that. And definitely, I'd really like to thank AdFactors and GCI Health. With your support, this would have just been a pipe dream. Maybe a pipette dream is what, syringe dream, I should say, in keeping with the health thing. But it would not have been able to get this off the ground without your help. So thank you so much. Nikhil, Himali, Nupur, very special thank you. Madan, who I know was not able to join because he had some travel commitments. So thank you, all of you, and especially Nikhil.
So, Parul, if I could just have one closing comment. Sure. The healthcare comms fraternity truly sets the bar high for our profession, right? Because the value of what we do is so apparent from the campaigns that we've heard recognized today. The ethics with which they conduct themselves, the knowledge that they have to display to know what is allowed, what isn't allowed, and to operate within guardrails of responsibility. It truly is my favorite definition of public relations, which I often talk about, PR being doing good and then getting credit for it. And I think the healthcare PR fraternity walks that and talks that every day. So wonderful that PR Moment is putting a spotlight on this discipline as a subset, which really sets the bar for PR in India. So that's why we are so keen to be part of this initiative, Parul. So thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you so much. Any final comments? Usha Iyer, who was from Dr. Reddy's. Usha, would you like to make that congratulations yourself? But she's just sent a lovely message to us.
Sorry, Parul, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Usha. I thought you might like to congratulate yourself.
No, I'm not sure if you can see me. Yes, thanks. Sorry, it took me a second to unmute, but thank you very much. I just wanted to say huge congratulations to the winners. What Nikhil said just rang so true that, it seems like a niche. It's an area that's come into its own during the pandemic, but it's not like it did not exist before. There was great work being done then, and there's been exceptional work done during the pandemic. It's a great way to recognize that, as well as communicating the business as usual in pharma, not just the campaigns during the pandemic. So looking forward to raising the bar. Congratulations to all the winners, and a huge thanks to the entire organizing team for this lovely effort.
Thank you. I think with that, I will call it a day. Please enjoy your weekend. Look out for your tweets. You'll be tagged on your individual winner reels, and the story will be live. It's actually already live, so I'll be tweeting that out as over the weekend as well as today evening. Congratulations to all, and thank you so much. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.